Welcome back to the channel, everybody. As you can see, Black Widow. So this was on Amazon Prime Deal Day, so I thought I'd pick it up and do a little review on it. I know the Black Widow movie is finally going to get to theaters and on Disney Plus. And leave me a note in the comments. Tell me, are you going to the theater or are you paying the $30 to have it on Disney Plus so you can watch it over and over again? So this is the Black Widow, and I know it's been out for a while, but she comes with that motorcycle, and I think it looks pretty cool. And on the back of the box, we got the action figure set up with the cycle. All right, so we got the Black Widow out of the package, and first of all, the Black Widow comes with these two accessories, which are the extra head and the motorcycle. So let's just put this figure off into the back, because what I want to do is just take a closer look at the bike. I think it looks pretty good. Like, it's got some nice movement in the front backs. I like the fact that the wheels have like that nice rubber feel to them, and then it's got some good details in there. You can see the motor, and check this out. That's how it stands. The kickstand comes out. Now this is kind of cool that it's got a chain instead of the drive shaft that some bikes have. So this is a chain, and you can see that it has like some detailing right there with the speedometer and the tachometer and stuff like that. So that is actually pretty good. So we're gonna set that down right there, and then we're gonna roll in the coil. As you can see, the coil is much bigger than this bike, but the thing about the coil is it didn't have that same, because this steering wheel actually turns. This one doesn't, so there's just a little bit less movement in there. And the thing is, this one doesn't have a kickstand. It just sits up on its own. It's more like, to me, like that Akira bike. But, I mean, that's the G.I. Joe. And this is not the only motorcycle that I have in my collection, because if you've seen any of my videos, you know that I bought one of these. This is supposed to be a 1/12 scale, and it's a Harley Davidson. But if you compare these two, yeah, they do look like they're the same scale, but when you put a figure on it, it is just a lot smaller in scale. It just never seemed to actually fit right. I did make a stop motion with this one and the coil doing a race off on the freeway. So let's just take a closer look at this figure. Look at the head on that one. Now, here's my thing with these Marvel heads. I believe that all the faces are pretty much the same for when they do a comic character, and really the only thing that's different about those faces is the way that they do the paint and the hair. But pretty much all the rest of it is pretty identical. But the reason why I thought this figure was going to be actually really cool was because this is kind of like the traditional, almost the traditional Black Widow outfit. And if you saw Iron Man 1, this I think is going to be the closest version of the Black Widow that we're going to get. And here, I don't know if you notice this, but there's a little bit of wobble in this figure, which is kind of like weird. And leg joint, but somehow how they're attached inside. The legs are fine. There's no problem with the legs. There's just this little bit of like a wobble, and it has to do with the way that that peg is like held in there, I think. Can't really figure it out right this second, but it's not the legs, it's the way the body is with the wobble. But anyways, take a look at the body sculpt on there. It looks pretty good, and the detailing on there, there's not much. It's just a black outfit. The other head sculpt that they had come with it, and the hair's a little bit nicer. It's longer. It's like kind of put up. I kind of like this hair sculpt much better. I think it looks really great. But here's what I wish they would have done. And we talked about this on the 3-Minute Monkey Lizard, the live stream. And we were talking about like the figures that we think would have been cool. And yeah, to have a Black Widow figure, movie figure in this outfit from basically Iron Man 1 would have been super cool. So here's what I'm gonna do. This is the Black Widow with one of the heads from the Black Widow movie. I know the hair is not the same, because in Iron Man she had that like curly dark red hair, but to get that face sculpt, and if there was a way to find a figure that had like that curly hair, it wouldn't be that hard to just pop the hair off and replace it with the hair from one of the other heads. So I'll be on the lookout for something like that to make the ultimate custom hair. But I think that actually looks pretty cool. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it, for checking out the little review of the Black Widow with the motorcycle. I know a lot of my shots were with the alternate head, which is probably the way it'll end up being displayed on my shelf. I do like this hair sculpt though, so it may end up with this one. But anyways, I really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a great day.